Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 3 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 18. And today's sketch is designed by Valerie Spencer. And I am going to document this picture of my son and my best friend's dog, Daisy. I kind of did a hodgepodgey mix-up. I'm mostly using embellishments from the Simple Stories Pet Shop. Maybe actually only. Yep, all of my embellishments are from this collection. I was hoping I could use a lot of them up. I was going to use these Echo Park ones, but I do not end up using them. But I have this Simple Stories paper. It's like a snap paper. And then the other one is from I can't remember what collection it's from. And then this is a Paper Studio paper. And I felt like all the colors went pretty well together. And so I was pretty excited to find these things that would work. And then I've got some black cardstock that I'm going to end up pulling out to mat some things. So I have my papers and my embellishments. I have my picture and the sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I already knew that I wanted to use this little corkboard notebook journaling space because it felt like it went really well with the background paper that already has that notebook paper on it. So I thought I would use that, and then the picture of my son. And then I decided I would use this paper with the paw prints to make the little squares up at the top, or the diamonds, because they're turned to the side. I thought I'd put these right here, but they just don't stand out enough. I could have matted them on black or something, made them stand out more. I just didn't like the way that they looked. The colors worked okay, like that's how I picked them, plus of what they said, but it just didn't work for me. So I pulled out some black paper. I mat my little 3x3 squares / diamonds. And then I'm going to mat my picture and the journaling space. I double mat those with the paw print paper and black so that they are going to stand out. I don't like how much space they're taking up because I don't want to cover over that neat little cluster of tags that are that are already on this paper. I didn't want that covered because I love it. It says, take a picture, click, this is the good life. And I made sure that the majority of my stuff matched that. The only thing that's a little different, the red from this Pet Shop collection is a little bit more red, and the red from the paper and the dog pattern paper, the puppy paw paper, is more of a maroon, and I'm okay with that. So I get all of that on there. I have laid those 3 squares out on my the mat so that I knew that they were in the same position and not just willy-nilly putting them on there. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want them, because on the sketch, of course, they're corner to corner, but I made mine a little bit bigger than that obviously was. Probably 2.5 by 2.5 would go straight across best. But I did 3x3 and then did a small, very thin mat, which made it a little bit wider. So when I get done, I don't want it to overlap on that really pretty striped paper on the right. So I end up having it go on to just with the little file folder tab on the right, and then cut a little piece off on the left side. And like I said, I put these on here. It says hello friend, furry friend, and then in the middle has something like, I don't know how much you love the dog. And they just didn't look right for me. They didn't stand out enough. Maybe, like I said, if I had matted them in black, they would have stood out better. But I just pull my embellishments out, kind of just downplay that space, and I do put a little doggy on both the right and left diamond, and then I put a title like it calls for in the middle. I was going to use the large title that says Woof, but when the sketch said that it should be in that middle diamond, I thought, well, I could just use a smaller one and then use the bigger one later on another layout. And so that is what I did. I put it right in the middle, and then I put some other little doggies on the far right of that right diamond. And then just kind of put a few other little things around, including these little chickens They are so silly. This collection was fun. It had a lot of that kind of stuff in it. So I put the chicken there. I'm going to end up putting another one peeking out from that far right triangle or diamond. And then I thought that I would go ahead and add these little feet are going to go in there too. I just had this dog food because I felt like it needed a little something in between. So I went ahead and added that. And then I have this love is a four-legged word down here. And that could totally be the title instead of the woof. But the sketch called for it to go in that middle space. So either one is fine. Wolf is fitting, but love is a four-legged word is obviously extremely fitting. Like I said, my child, both my kids, love dogs, love animals in general, but love dogs. My son gets excited when he sees a dog, no matter how big or small it is. If it's in the car next to us walking, it doesn't matter. He loves all of the dogs. And so he wants one so bad. It's been almost a year and a half since we put our dog down, and it's hard still to think about getting another one. I have considered it for maybe next summer, right before school, either right before or right after school lets out. And so, we're home to kind of like potty train and stuff like that. But we shall see. I'm playing that day by day. It might depend on where we end up living because a lot of places that we've looked at are not pet friendly. So we'll just have to keep our eyes open. But he and my daughter both would love to have a dog. And no lie, I would too. But lots going on in our lives right now with moving. And, I have a new grandson who turned 8 months old. The day that I'm filming this, he turned 8 months old. By the time you see this, he'll be 8.5 months old, but we won't count that. But anyway, so I do take this opportunity to journal and just write that Jameson loves all dogs. Then that Daisy, which is my best friend's dog, was very excited to see him. She wagged her tail and hugged him. And it's so cute. If you look really close, she is hugging his arm. And he is just like scratching her chin. And she just sat there like that forever loving on him and didn't want to leave his side. And he stayed snuggled up with her like that the whole time we were there. But anyway, this is my layout. I hope you will go check out everybody else who is hopping along with 30 Days of Sketches. There's a hashtag for that, and there is also a playlist, so I hope you'll check that out. And I hope you'll come back and hang out with me again. I should be here every day this month. I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. And I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping!